is going on, professional wrestling fans? This is Squared Circle Speak. I am Ryan. With me today, and as always, is my co-host, Stone Cold Nathan. Don't have to say a ring to it as Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let me tell you.
Well, maybe I'm bald. That's about as stone cold as it gets.
So welcome to our weekly WWE recap and review show where we talk everything that happened in the week of WWE. This is from the week of August 18th through August 24th. So, here we go. Monday Night Raw. Let's kick it off like we always do. What were the highlights for you, Nathan, of Monday Night Raw?
Oh man, it's been a week. Let me think. I'd say some of the highlights were definitely Gunther and Randy Orton squaring off, and I think they set this, even though it's a short build and we'd already pretty sure we know what the outcome is. I think they've set it up good enough and made a good enough story out of it that people are interested in it, and it could get interesting to see what happens with Randy Orton after the match. Will he turn heel? Will he stay a face? I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I think that was one of the highlights of Raw for sure. The Judgment Day stuff wasn't as good this week.
No, it was not.
So they got to figure that out because this week was not as good. It can't be great every week. I get it, but Judgment Day stuff was not as good. What do you think about Ivy Nile being a heel with the Alpha Academy or being with the American Made? Bro?
First of all, I don't like the name American Made, but yeah, I think she's better as a heel than a face. She's kind of strong and can kind of dominate, which works better for a heel, in my opinion. She wrestled on this show against Maxine Dupree, but nothing happened because of the Wyatt Six got into the ring. Nikki Cross, they actually called her Nikki Cross for the first time.
Yeah. So
Nikki Cross took her out with a crossbody, and then all the Wyatt Six got into the ring, and then American Made started brawling with them, and then Uncle Howdy hit Gable with the Sister Abigail. I think they're wrestling this week on Raw. I think it's going to be Uncle Howdy versus Gable 1-on-1 this week. So,
wow,
that'll be interesting.
It will be. We'll see how that goes because we'll see if Uncle Howdy Bo Dallas has not wrestled in a very, very long time.
Yeah, so, it's been a minute. It's been a minute for Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, so it's been like almost 10 years, hasn't it?
It's been a while since Bo Dallas's last match.
So if he's gonna, let's hope there's not too much rust to where it ruins the mystique of Uncle Howdy. However this group goes could rely on how he does in this match, really.
So Bo Dallas's last match was November 13th, 2019 at a house show.
Okay.
So it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Another highlight of Raw was CM Punk and Drew McIntyre had a square off little promo, and CM Punk had a strap, and it was confirmed basically that it's going to be a strap match at Bash in Berlin between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This will be the second match. I guarantee you this goes 3, and at Bad Blood, it'll be a Hell in a Cell.
That could be what happens because I just don't see that a strap match being the end of this feud.
No, it's gonna go to Hell in a Cell. They're bringing back Bad Blood, you got to put a Hell in a Cell on that pay-per-view, and this is the only feud that would warrant the Hell in a Cell, in my opinion.
Right.
Punk and Drew, you got to walk them in. There'll be maybe some sort of thing happen during this match, and then they'll have to walk them in a Hell in a Cell to finally have a winner. Other than that, Odyssey Jones, a New Day thing going on. They win their match, but at the end, Kofi tagged in Odyssey instead of Xavier, and Xavier looked a little bit upset. But Odyssey Jones ended up picking up the win. So still teasing a little bit of a potential breakup between them. And there was a little thing before the match where they were kind of going back and forth. Woods called out Kofi for saying he's trying to replace Big E, which was, and Woods goes, no, and Kofi goes, that's not the case. So we will see what goes on there because I don't know for sure if this is going to lead to a heel turn or not, or
Right.
something. I don't know. It looks like it's heading that way, but New Day have always said they never wanted to break up. So
That's true. Bronson Reed squashed the Miz.
yeah. Then Braun Strowman showed up afterwards. So looks like we're gonna have Reed and Strowman in a feud.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. Uh
Sheamus and Pete Dunne tore down.
James and Pete Dunne had a great match. Their match was the first match of the show, and it was awesome. Those two beat the shit out of each other. And then Sheamus ended up getting the win, but very, very fun match they had.
I like how Michael Cole basically said, "This is the old Pete Dunne."
Yep. No more Butch, no more dumb stuff. This is the bruiserweight Pete Dunne. All right, and so elsewhere, Damian Priest and Dominic had a match, but everybody got involved, so obviously it was thrown out. We had a tag team title match on the show: the Unholy Union versus Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective, in a triple threat match for the women's tag team championships. Unholy Union retained.
Yeah, did you expect that?
Kind of. I mean,
They haven't been booked the strongest, so that's why.
they were pushing Pure Fusion Collective, so there was a chance that I thought maybe Baszler and Zoe Stark would win it, but no, Unholy Union got the win. You know, they haven't done much with these titles, but maybe that'll change. You know, they haven't done a whole lot. I think they do have a match coming up at Bash in Berlin. They're going to defend the titles, so we'll see what happens there. And then main event of the show is Orton versus Ludwig Kaiser. Orton gets the win, but then after the match, Orton and Gunther get into a big brawl to end the show. Like you said, they are really building Orton and Gunther up pretty well. It's pretty good build for that match. It kind of came out of nowhere and it's been very quick. But it's been a pretty good build. So that was Raw. Decent show. I thought Raw was pretty good though. I think they advanced a lot of stories and had some pretty good matches.
But the Judgment Day thing was a letdown.
Yes, they didn't do a whole lot there. So it was announced that's going to be a mixed tag at Bash in Berlin. It's going to be Damian and Liv versus, I almost called her Liv. What the fuck? Damian and Liv versus Rhea and Dominic and Liv versus Damian and Rhea. Jesus Christ. I'll get it right eventually. All right. So NXT kicked off with a Chase University Championship celebration as they won the tag team titles. Frazier and Axiom came out and interrupted and said, look, we want our titles back. Blah, blah, blah. And so then Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne got in their way and said, look, you're going to have to go through us first. And they ripped their pants off and they're like, we're always ready. So then we had a tag team match: Axiom Nathan Frazier versus Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne. Pretty good match. Osborne continues to impress. He is so good. Duke Hudson was the powerhouse of this match. Obviously, everybody else was flying around doing a whole bunch of stuff. Very, very fun match, but in the end, Axiom and Frazier won with a brainbuster super kick to pick up the win. So they may get a rematch.
Yeah,
Wait, I figured Axiom and Nathan Frazier would have broken up by now.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that they haven't. They were a thrown together team that were feuding
Yeah.
before they were. Yeah, it's kind of, it don't make much sense.
Yeah. Lola Vice took on Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu wins. So Lola Vice just kind of fell, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She hit her. Jesus Christ. Uh, Kalani Jordan was out there. Vice hit her with the spinning back fist, and then Chu hit Vice with a loaded pillow to get the win.
Uh-huh.
So she's still doing the gimmick, but she's like evil now.
I don't like it.
I don't get the gimmick.
That makes no sense.
I don't get it. I don't understand. But then after the match, Kalani challenged Wendy to a title match at No Mercy. So it'll be Kalani versus Wendy Chu for the North American Championship.
All right.
I don't get the Wendy Chu. I hate these games. We have two of them basically. We got Wendy Chu and we got the other one. Basically doing the exact same gimmick. The possessed evil, whatever. And I just don't get it.
One's possessed, one's crazy.
Yeah. So then we had the women's gauntlet match. Sol Ruka, Jada Parker, Brindley Reese, Adriana Rizzo, Kendall Gray, and Ren Sinclair. The winner will challenge Roxanne Perez for the championship at No Mercy. We had this was crazy. Obviously, it was a gauntlet, so it was one match after another. It came down to Ruka and Parker. And Jada Parker with the win. Did not see that coming.
No, not at all. So now we got Jada Parker versus
two heels, right? Because Jada Parker's a heel, right? Or is she a face? I don't know, actually. But either way, it's going to be Jada Parker versus Roxanne Perez for the women's championship.
That's weird.
I kind of figured because they had someone get taken out for this match. Like someone, I don't remember who it was. One of the blonde chicks on the show was taken out. And then I thought that was when it was going to be Julia or Stephanie Vaquer were going to show up. And then they were going to get entered in as a final, like a mystery entrant and be the last entrant and win. But then they just replaced her with, I think it was like Brindley Reese or something got in.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And it was like, what do we do? What? So I thought that's where we were heading because someone got taken out. And I was like, oh, here we go. But no.
That would make all the sense in the world. I don't know why they would tease something like that and not follow through with it.
Yeah, it was weird. Hank and Tank got the biggest win of their career as they beat the Good Brothers on this show.
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't know. Interesting, though. They're pushing them. Good Brothers are just here to get paid, and that's it. But they don't care.
They didn't care at all.
They went back to WWE to get paid and retire in WWE. That's what they don't care. They Dion Lennox showed up on this show, Nathan. I hadn't seen him in a while. I hadn't seen him since the breakout tournament. He took on Ashanti the Adonis, who we haven't seen in a long time either. And Adonis got the win. So maybe this is what Adonis needs. Go back to NXT and maybe pick up some wins here.
Or maybe, whenever they put him with somebody, actually keep them together and actually do something with them.
Yeah. And so we learned today that JC Jane is now just in another 3-woman group.
Yeah.
What? Why? Like she has made no progress since Toxic Attraction broke up. Now she's in a group called the Fatal Influence.
Yeah.
Which is her and oh fuck. Who's that other chick's name?
Oh my god. Nyx.
Jasmine Nyx.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's Jasmine Nyx, JC Jane, and the fake Mickey James.
Yeah.
Fallon Henley.
Yeah, that's and I don't get it either because it's like, I mean, I get okay, so I know she's not the strongest wrestler in the ring, like technically wise. She has holes in her game. She wrestles kind of slow, and she shows what she's going to do before she does it sometimes. So she's not the greatest in the ring or on the mic, but she has a look, she has a character, and I guess this is a way of just hiding the other flaws, is keep her in these groups.
Yeah, I guess it's just it's I don't yeah I don't get it. When then is Dolan injured? I guess
Yeah, Gigi's been hurt, I guess.
because she's not around either. So Toxic Attraction may have been the biggest like letdown of a group ever. Like the leader gets fired and then the other two aren't doing shit.
Yeah, like considering they were pushed to the moon for a while.
All right, so then we had the sixth match in the main event: Joe Henry, Wesley, and Pete Dunne triple threat match. Winner gets a title shot at No Mercy, apparently, for the NXT Championship. Ethan Page was on commentary. A very fun match. Wesley and Pete Dunne both did some stuff. Joe Henry gets the win. Page gets in the he kept getting interference and pulling the ref out and all this stuff. Dunn hit the bitter end, but then Trick Williams came out and hit Dunn with the trick shot, and Joe Henry gets the win. And then after the match, Zachary Wentz comes back and attacks Wesley, and they get into a huge brawl to end the show. So we had a lot of chaos at the end of that show with Ethan Page, Zachary Wentz, and Trick Williams all getting involved. But the main story is it'll be Joe Henry versus Ethan Page for the NXT Championship at No Mercy. If you would have told me 3 months ago that Joe Henry and Ethan Page would be wrestling each other on a WWE show for WWE Championship, I would have told you were crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how fast things change. So question. Is No Mercy an actual PLE or is it a
It's a pay-per-view, yeah. TVOE.
how many matches do you think we're gonna get on this thing? Because we got potential for 7.
Yeah. Right now we've got because we got Roxanne Jaida, we got Ethan Page versus Joe Henry, we got Kalani Jordan and Wendy Chu. Also on the show, I think it was made official that Oba Femi is going to take on Tony D'Angelo for the North American Championship.
Yep.
We could have the tag team titles on the line. We could have Wesley and Zachary Wentz going against each other.
Yeah. So at least 6.
At least 6, potential for at least maybe one more.
Well, I mean, they could still have a Heritage Cup. Usually, the Heritage Cup those only depend on TV.
Yeah,
they usually don't do those on paper on PLEs.
So we could do Pete Dunne and Trick Williams too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the potential for 6-7 matches on the NXT No Mercy, which No Mercy is going to take place September 1st. So that'll be holy shit. They're both the same weekend. Oh, I didn't realize No Mercy was this week. All right, so we're gonna have No Mercy preview as well with our Bash in Berlin. We'll do both, I guess.
Yep. Or we can do one episode and one the other episode.
Yeah, we might just do that because I didn't realize we were gonna have 2 fucking pay-per-views this weekend. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
A lot of wrestling going on. All right, let's get
to SmackDown.
Let's get to SmackDown. It was in Washington, D.C. The Grayson Waller effect kicked off with Cody Rhodes, and this was them trying to get under their skin and trying to get Kevin Owens to turn on Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens came out and kind of broke the fourth wall and was like, they showed a video of like, of Owens turning on everybody, and then Owens goes, "Look, everyone else on there, come on, like they all deserved it." He's like, the only one that I apologize for was Kofi Kingston. He didn't deserve it, but everyone else, kind of had it coming. So, Kevin Owens broke the fourth wall. Then he goes, I could get in that ring. Cody and I will beat you guys up. They'll break us up, and then Nick Aldis will come out and make a tag team match. And he goes, Nick, just come on out. and just make the tag team match before we do that. And so Nick Aldis came out and said, yeah, we're going to make that match. And then they ended up fighting anyway. So, you know. Then we had LA Knight versus Santos Escobar for the United States Championship. Escobar looked good here. I thought he looked very well. He did lose, but I thought he looked very good in this match. Knight ended up getting the win though with the BFT. Still a horrible move, and an even horrible name. But LA Knight gets the win and retains, and is still United States champion. So we had a Carmelo shop was at his barber shop. Andrade came in and said, "You know what? You know we're gonna do it again." So they are just gonna do a best of 7 series, I think. I feel like they're legitimately just gonna do a best of 7 between these two, which isn't a bad idea because they have good matches. So, we had Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Blair Davenport and the Unholy Unit in a 6-woman tag team match. Belair, Jade, and Naomi all came out dressed as different Simone Biles outfits, which was really fucking cool. I thought that was like a cool little touch they did. Belair, Jade, and Naomi get the win after Naomi beat Pinned Davenport.
So, what I don't like about this is you just put these 3 together
Yeah.
and then they already get beat. Like,
Yep.
that doesn't make Blair Davenport look very, very strong.
No.
And how come Blair Davenport? I get that she's not a part of the champions, you know, but that didn't affect freaking oh my god, what's their name with Io Sky and
Oh, damage control, yeah.
yeah, they didn't affect Damage Control. They were all on both shows. So how come Blair Davenport wasn't with the tag champs on
Because
Raw?
I guess they weren't a group when they won the titles. So technically speaking,
Now we're playing by rules. Okay.
they can't do Freebird rules because she wasn't with them when they won. Damage
But,
Control were all a group when they won, so they could all go together.
so we played by rules there, but then Randy Orton's wrestling matches on Raw. Got it.
I didn't say the rules made sense. I'm just saying. And then we had a Solo Sikoa promo. He says that he says whatever. Roman Reigns, the OTC is done. He goes, whether Cody or Kevin win the title, he's coming for it. And then he says, Jacob Fatu, step up, give your title to Tonga Loa. You are not going to be a tag team champion. You're going to be my own personal enforcer. So are we already feeding the seeds of a Jacob Fatu turn here?
I mean, it sure seemed like it because he took the belt from him, you know, and made him give it to another guy. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, but why would they do that so soon?
Because they see that Jacob's going to be the star.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you gotta do it so soon.
Well,
Like,
he's got to get out of Solo Sikoa's shadow if he's going to break out and be a star.
yeah, but he just got here.
Well, true.
Like, I mean, if you like that, you might as well go start watching AEW for this booking because that's some fast paced shit right there.
Oh, I know. It's insane. And maybe not. Maybe, but it was very weird. I guess that was just their way of saying Solo. But I guess Solo could just make. I don't see again. Here we go with WWE's. Like Solo can just make, Tonga Loa the champion, even though he didn't win them.
Yeah.
That's how we do it now. Anyway, we did have them, Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga, defend the tag team titles against the Street Profits. Very, very fun match. Other than Loa. But everybody else in this match was great. I can't stand Tonga Loa, dude. He sucks so bad. They do win. Tonga and Tonga get the win. They retain their titles. After the match, they all beat them up. DIY come in. Gargano super kick Solo. Ciampa hits a running knee strike to Fatu. They double super kick Solo. They look for the meeting in the middle, but Fatu gets in the way, and then Solo and Fatu beat them up, and then Solo hits DIY with 2 Samoan spikes.
Right.
So DIY looked good for a little bit, but then they got completely overpowered. So kind of sucks for DIY. They won the titles and only held them for a little bit. Now it looks like I don't know what's going to be happening.
And then they got beat, twice.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to see another team break up. Damn it.
Yeah. So then we had our main event: Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens versus A-Town Down Under. This is your basic tag team match here. Cody.
They teased Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens turning on each other.
Yeah.
Um,
After the match, Owens picked up the title and handed it to Rhodes, but he kind of hesitated a little bit. So
I think at some point, Orton or Kevin Owens is gonna they got to go heel.
Yeah, I mean, because after this, legitimately, who does Cody go fight next?
I know.
Like, I don't really know how much more we could add. You know what I mean? Like, weird. I don't know. It's weird to see all these faces, and wherever they go next, we'll see, I guess. But so news this week, not a lot of news. In the WWE world, at least. So at least we do have the tournament unveiled for the women's speed tournament. I know people that's so excited. I know everyone's excited and everyone's ready for that. And I know everyone was waiting with bated breath to see who was going to win this tournament. So it'd be Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky, Naomi versus Blair Davenport, which we've just seen, Elektra Lopez versus Kairi Sane, and Candice LeRae versus Piper Niven. That is your first round matches. One of those women will be the first ever women's speed champion.
Big news there, baby. Big news. All right. So Ryan, out of the 3 shows, what you got this week? It's kind of a tight week. I think
every show was pretty good.
Yeah.
Even NXT usually is down, but they did pretty well here. Raw did. I don't know, man. It's a tough one.
It is.
It's a tough one this week.
I don't know if I could pick a clear winner this week.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's going to be a toss-up, I think. Because it's hard to pick because they all did well with building their stories to the next pay-per-view. They all had good matches, and everything flowed so well with them, with every match. So I don't know.
I think overall, with the matches and everything, I'm almost leaning towards NXT this week.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a thing. I think NXT, yeah, it was really good. I really thought they did a really good job with everything.
Right.
So, yeah, I can go with that. Would be a first.
Yeah. And we'll go with NXT for the WWE side for sure. All right. If you like this recap / review of WWE, the week of WWE, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to hear more of these reviews / recaps, and hit the notification bell so you're notified when we let out some more of these recaps and reviews. And stay tuned for tomorrow's episode where we review AEW, and we also have 2 PLE pay-per-view, whatever you want to call them. We got 2 of those to do. We got some predictions for NXT and WWE's. We got No Mercy and
Bash in Berlin.
Berlin. So
a lot of
we got a lot your way, and we got a review of AEW's All In. So we have a lot coming this week.
Stay tuned for that. I got some thoughts. All right, so yeah, all that's coming up later this week. Tune in tomorrow for our week in AEW review, and then it'll be All In after that. And then yeah, and then we'll have No Mercy and Bash in Berlin. So a lot of reviews and previews coming your way. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.